Hello, trading is closed on March 12th, 2019. Go over our calls. We hit a target of 27.7613. We said if we gap in the undesired direction, the call is killed, so we'll just put this on the list. We'll take this one off the list because they had printed. Look for the pattern with the early low, late high. We got that. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low. Doesn't mean you won't gap up first. Now we said we had a cup with handles sloping up, and that's a doomed pattern. Wasn't looking for a lot more on the upside and looking for this pattern to correct. We'll see if that's going to work. Doesn't mean it had to correct today. During the day, MEJT gave a signal to buy right here, and that worked. It said that optionally we'd undercut this low. Here we missed the target by 1 cent, but here we did undercut the low, so that worked. We had a MEJT +4 signal to buy here. System said it was false and prices would retrace, which they did. Once again, MEJT gives targets, doesn't give entries and exits. It can give higher and lower targets from the same pattern. This is a very negative pattern which is negated if we overtake this high early. For all intents and purposes, we have to gap over it or else lower prices are coming. For one thing, this pattern almost always closes at the day's high. When it doesn't happen, it leads to a drop. Tomorrow's opens a surrogate for today's high, so the bulls need to gap over this. It's also negative. We gapped up to the new high, another new high, closed under every single high. It's a very negative pattern, which is invalidated if we take this high out early. But as I say, we pretty much have to gap over it. There's a lot of resistance at this high, and there's a good chance based on that resistance that if we don't gap over this tomorrow, that this rally's over. Here's the count we're using. We said last week why we think this high is going to hold and is the end of the move. So any rally here has to be doomed if that call was correct. There's a lot of Fibonacci resistance right here. Here's your handle with the cup sloping up. We now have an inverted, a diamond on stilts. Here's your stilt, here's your stilt, here's your diamond. The first challenge of the origin of the left stilt usually holds. We might hold as support, but usually you don't go very far past the origin of the handle. Now if you take this and this, the height of the diamond, and you set it at 50%, there's your target. If you take the height of the right stilt and set it at 78.6%, 100% is your target. And if you take from here to here, calling this the end of the diamond, and 61.8% gives you this, and 78.6% gives you this. So you've got targets from the Fibonacci grid. Now this is a valid count. It has an ABC. It's not completely clear this is the end of wave B, but again, it's not the only valid count. What if the high is here and this is wave A? You could then count A, B, C for wave B. And if that's true, this wave A has a Fibonacci relationship to wave C. So if this is the correct count, and there's nothing I see that's wrong with it, it suggests that wave brown B is over, that this high will hold, and we should have a wave brown C down tomorrow, which should have some kind of relationship to this brown A. So tomorrow's pattern is the one with the early low, and if we don't gap over this high, we should be in for some pretty serious downside, and that's today's call.